Alright guys, today we're gonna have another reaction from the Germany insanely over-engineered PzH 2000. Another one of these German inventions, right? A big tank. Jump in and see what's going on. Ooh. Okay. Wow.
This is the PzH 2000, a German howitzer that is unsurprisingly over-engineered.
Wow, you guys notice how the absorption of the tanks when they make the shot, it's like they're absorbing the shot so well, right?
We'll take a look at the autoloader again in more detail, as well as its full firepower capability. But first, let's look at its mobility. It uses a Wegmann chassis with many components shared with the Leopard 2 tank. It's a tracked system that can hit 70 kilometers an hour to a range of 420 kilometers. It achieves that with a 990 horsepower engine and utilizes...
Oh, that's fast, and it looks very light. I'm wondering if they're using it in Ukraine. I'm wondering. Because, again, I don't want to sound kind of weird, but Ukraine is basically a test ground, I guess, right, for these kind of stuff.
This is a torsion bar suspension. As for moving its shells around, it has a few tricks. Logistically, it gets some help from one of its friends. In this case, an M992 field artillery ammunition supply vehicle, built on the frame of an M109.
Oh, that's heavy. You notice how those guys were carrying those bullets? It is heavy, my guy. Got it.
In terms of its autoloader, it's quite a feat of engineering. Taking a look at the full process again, its rounds are loaded through the back across a swinging mechanism, which brings the shell into the internal magazine. This magazine can store 60 rounds of different types, using a loading arm to sort the shells in one of 15 columns. A shell can be selected and brought out through a feeding tray into the cabin, where it is automatically inserted into the breech. Manual additions of propellant are necessary, and you're all ready. As for its firepower capability, it uses a 155mm Rheinmetall barrel. It hits an impressive 6-second firing rate to a standard range of 30 kilometers, or an extended range with wrap rounds to 54 kilometers.
That's impressive, man. That's impressive. Even the design is a little impressive. It's a little bit different, right? Man, I'm really wondering they're using this in Ukraine, because it gave me that kind of vibe, right? Like I'm not the video itself, but I wouldn't be surprised they're using it right now in Ukraine. Oh, my bad, folks. My bad.
But if you want more accuracy, you can load in an Excalibur and hit out to 48 kilometers guided. As secondary armament, it features a Rheinmetall MG3 machine gun. It's accessed through a hatch at the top of the Howitzer. As with many German military products, it's a popular export. So, who's buying?
Who's buying? Who's buying?
Italy has purchased 64, the Netherlands 49, Qatar 24, Hungary 23, and of course, Ukraine with 28, but as a...
There we go. So I knew it. I knew it. I think, and even though a lot of these countries are buying, they're not testing them yet. I think Ukraine's more the test ground for them.
Donation. So, genius engineering or maintenance hell? Let us know what you think in the comments.
I think it's engineer, right? Like very good engineering. But I think the best test ground has to be Ukraine, because that's the only place that is active, close by, right? The other one will be Israel, but I think that's kind of far away. Personally, how can I say this regarding war and invention and all that stuff? We reacted to multiple videos regarding Germany's inventions and innovation when it comes down to war. We mostly reacted to World War II. However, I haven't touched the topic of modern warfare in this channel yet. But I think this is a great opportunity for them to test it out. I mean, as weird as sound, but I think it's a great I don't want to see excuse, but it's do you guys understand what I'm coming from? Like, I think it's a great opportunity to taste this kind of technology. Of course, that's gonna come with some kind of casualties. However, you have to test them. Or else, what if some of these other countries where they buying these stuff from Germany, they can just send it to Ukraine? That can be also a good way. But, you know, you can get some of that feedback, see what works, what doesn't, and you can just modify it and fix it. The thing about the new technology is that we're not using them that often, excluding the Ukraine and Russia war. I think that's the only time that we are really using modern technology to just go against each other. Even if that's the case, you can see some of the videos. If you see Ukraine and Russia going after each other, they're just changing tactics every time, man. Because now the old school way of doing war is not the same. It's not even that same approach, because you have drones. Drones have really changed the ball game. And at that point, I don't even think drones are. I mean, I don't think tanks are gonna be the most effective way to move forward if you have drones. Drones are just seem like it's are like an equalizer against tanks. So, but we already reacted to Germany's technologies when it comes down to tanks, and they're figuring out some stuff to go against the drones. I think some of the tanks are just throwing some stuff in the air to make sure they can neutralize anything that can come close to them, which is amazing. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I would love to hear your guys' opinions. I'll see you in the next one.